Hello and welcome everyone. That session will be dedicated to those who are still trying to find a technique or tactic that will work for them in this game. I saw a couple of techniques in the internet by streamers and so on, and I felt that only two of them actually prevailing. Number one is an excellent method for farming money. It's the bait LRM version, where you use one bait mech of high mobility and good defenses and 2 to 3 LRM boats out of range. So what you do is you utilize gunnery and tactics, though for the skill tree you would use breaching, shot and evasion. The idea is that you send one mech front to tag the enemies, to get in visual range, to use a sensor lock or whatever, and then to hammer multiple targets from behind with the LRMs using breaching shot. That, as a result, won't destroy the mech, it will incapacitate them by killing the pilot if they fall on their asses 3 to 5 times. Now that's an excellent technique because it will allow you to get the most of all salvage. So you only go salvage contracts, you don't care about the money, and you can get, like a friend of mine, he got in a 4 or 5 star mission, he ended up with 20 million worth of loot. So that's quite a lot. However, that technique has one flaw. If you don't have a fallback position, or if you're forced to deal a lot of damage in a short amount of time, such as during story missions is the case, then that technique will fail. At least on the bonus missions, on the bonus objectives, and often enough you will struggle. Excuse me. So there is tactic number 2, which I find weird that almost nobody is using, and that's the technique I'm using. It's basically you can call it a Raptor technique, that's what I call it. It's more similar to a wolf pack, I'd say. And I'm gonna demonstrate that today in the mission, story mission number 3 or 4. It's called on Panzyr, the Liberation of Panzyr. It is based on 4 mechs that have high mobility, jump jets. They have to run as cool as possible, and they're only equipped with medium lasers. Preferably you want to put in cockpit extension with 3% accuracy, with 3% with +3 moral. The targeting system with 3% accuracy for energy weapons. You want to have energy weapons with a high amount of accuracy and crit rating. Your skill trees is piloting 2, piloting skill 8 is the second skill you want to have, which allows you to shoot and then move. Alternatively, like the regular one, shoot, move and then shoot. So that gives you the mobility to get in and out of cover, and using line of sight, kiting enemies around obstacles. So that's pretty much it. And the medium lasers, because they hit you. The visual range is about 300 meters and the medium lasers is 270, so everything you can see you can almost shoot all the time. And the damage is insane if you consider flanking as important, that you grind through an enemy on the shoulders, from the arm to the shoulders, torso, and then the torso, the center torso. Alternatively, you can jump behind them and just obliterate their back armor. Vehicles, attack them from behind, because that's where they're least armored. And yeah, because you're cool, you don't have to worry about it, and lasers don't have ammunition, so you don't care about that either. Downside is you don't get as much loot, unless, if you want to have loot, then you wait for the one mech you actually want to have loot from, and you just melee him to death. That's the one mech you want to have at the end of the mission, because you usually get 3 to 5 selective items anyway if you want to. Alternatively, also often enough for the low tier missions I just go for money, or select one item for the priority loot and then the rest is just money. So it's not as lucrative, you don't get as much money as you would get with the LRM technique, but in story missions it's remarkable. And you will see that in that mission here, then I'm gonna do a regular mission thereafter, and then the next story mission thereafter, where you can see on certain mechs where they have the ammunition in their side torsos, you can pretty much cripple the mechs, making the entire mission easy as pie. Right, so let's give it a go. So what do we got here? We got SRM carriers, 2 of those, bulldogs, and God knows what. And for those that wonder how do I manage my troops into place like that when the combat starts, it's the console, which allows you to use free camera, and that's like for the beginning. It's just a major boon just to get the people in position without misclicking. So, for my troop I use 2 Black Knights, a Grasshopper, and unfortunately still an Orion. I hate them. For my tactic, that is. Alright, so main character.
Engaging jump jets.
You see I got lucky with the loot.
All weapons committed. Enemy unit destroyed.
Waiting on you, Commander. Time to fly!
If you have like priority items you want to take care of, I always use Precision Strike, because if you get one side of a vehicle, then that vehicle is immediately dead. You don't have to worry about it.
Tell me what to shoot!
And an SRM carrier, as well as an LRM carrier, are definitely priority targets. Demolishers with 2 AC-20s too. Self-explanatory. The good thing is that because of a kill, you immediately get a lot of moral back, which allows you to, use the skill again. And currently I'm lucky with Glitch having a bonus where using Precision Strike doesn't cost as much. So she will vigorously use it. And you see, I'm already 100% despite me just using that skill.
Waiting for orders.
Grasshoppers and Black Knights are amazing for that technique.
Affirmative.
The next best mech thereafter would be Centurion CN9 or AL, because it has the same setup. It's cold, jump jets, and medium lasers. The regular Centurion sucks.
Damage minimal.
Quick draw. God, I love that mech. I kept it forever.
Copy that.
Damn it! I'm hit!
Yeah.
Damage is light.
Usually I would reload now to preview a save game, obviously, like anybody else. The evasion charges are amazing. Pilot evasion skill 1. Awesome. I mean, technically speaking, I can just let her stand there because she got bulk ward. So if she doesn't move, she still get 50% flat damage reduction. While the evasion charges is just lowering the hit chance of the enemy. So the striker didn't move yet, and the bulldog didn't move yet. So I want to hit them from the front.
Engaging jump jets. All weapons committed. Enemy unit destroyed.
And as for the rest of the
Waiting for orders.
for the rest of the skilling, it's
Yes, Commander.
kind of obvious. You want to focus on cold shot mastery.
I copy. Heading out.
So I can already start moving him since I can fire and then move, so it's pretty cool. Was a bit unlucky this far with the kills. Usually by that point I should already be dead, but you know.
What can I do for you? No sweat. Here we go. I feel bad about shooting the little guys.
No I don't. Tanks can be pretty nasty, especially the 80-ton bastards.
Watch my 6. I'm showing minor damage.
Obviously the mechs have full armor, so
Yes, Commander.
that's not really what I want, but fuck
On it. Reporting vehicle destroyed.
So considering the setup where the enemies are, it's stupid to go on the right side, so I'm gonna drag them behind where the Centurion and the LRM boat is, since I'm short range.
Additional enemies detected.
It's best for me to take those guys out first.
Full throttle.
And you see, with the cooling, well-equipped Black Knight, 2 alphas and 1 jump jet, or 2, and you're still fine.
Good to go. Got it.
Oh, that's so cute, the Jenna wants to play. What do we got on the shoulders? Medium lasers and the ammo. That should solve the issue, if she hits.
Orders? Firing all weapons. Reporting critical hit.
So that's 1 snake
Standing by.
without his teeth. It's a pity you can't control the turrets. Oh, that's one less Jenna. And that's excellent. For as long as I stay on this side, they think I'm here, so they will all circle around the dropship. Really nice. Open range for death from above. Hey, unsteady. Not nice. I think that there should be a hunchback with an AC-20.
Good to go.
Benefit again, we can shoot first. See how that looks like. Glitch.
I hear ya.
You want to do the honors? Centurion, LRM-20. Where do we have them? Oh, center torso. Make it quick.
Got it.
So ideally speaking, you would want to salvage this one in case you don't have one,
Critical hit.
and in case you do want to have that mech.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, whenever you can, always use a jump jet to have at least 2 evasion. The more the better.
Waiting for orders.
Engaging jump jets. Engaging target.
Hopefully a few lucky in the center.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Ready for orders. Firing.
Not lucky.
Scored a critical hit.
Yeah, not really.
Jumping.
Commander?
Dragon. Dragon is nice, you just take out that shoulder and he's losing his his AC-5 and the ammo. Finally. And we're inspired again.
We can salvage that.
Yeah, maybe.
I copy.
Nice. It's 100-point damage I don't have to do. Nice. The trebuchet should turn around because it's an LM boat, so getting us back. That will be nice. Ha! LOL! Ha! 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 Don't have to do anything. In a way, it's more lucky than my first playthrough. Yep, please give me your back. Onto the camera. I want to see. Yeah, the hunchback. The hunchy is like, take out his shoulder and then he just goes into melee.
What can I do for you?
She needs to cool.
Commander.
This upper doesn't. Do we have anyone who
Waiting
can
for orders.
fire at anything? Could have done better in the positioning.
Receiving you. Got it.
Forests are nice, cost 25% damage reduction. Plus the dodge charges.
Receiving you.
So,
Understood. Moving fast.
nice to cool down.
Good to go. Got it. Max speed, no shooting.
Engaging jump jets.
Next turn you have a chance most likely to fire on one of those guys. And then we move. Hey, don't kill everything before me. You might have noticed that the enemies didn't destroy any of the turrets, which they usually would do in the time between the Aranos dropship landing. Nice, one full mech to loot. Between Aranos dropship landing and we are moving down is usually the moment where they would start shooting the turrets, but because I already had a mech parked at the gate, they immediately focused on us and skipped the phase where they would destroy the turrets, and as a result, the entire fight is a lot easier. Hence, I risked at the beginning a bit more damage from one of the mechs who was standing at the gate in order to have the benefit of additional fire. So, here we go. And cool enough, 75% chance on which we camped up.
Engaging target.
Up, one shot, one kill.
Enemy mech destroyed.
And now we do the moving again.
Engaging jump jets.
Because we only have 9 rounds, right? To bring one mech up here and then to basically one-shot that thing. So, it's simple enough. I don't think I'm gonna have a chance to shoot at that dragon.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Usually I would have Glitch get up there, but I suppose that's...
Ready, set.
4%. You can actually crank up the hit percentage a lot more. My latest save cam, I'm somewhere around 25%, which is neat. Right, he already got hit at least once, so we just peel him. Heavy metal! Nice achievement.
You had the chance.
And one full mech to salvage. So nothing bad about that.
Waiting for orders.
Suppose he's gonna get up there.
Affirmative.
Orders. On it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the hunchback now. And the peps. There we have him. Come on, get down here. Time to cuddle. Yes, I mean there's obviously the ability I could use Dagger to use this, the sensor thingy.
Standing by.
Sensor lock, but I really don't care.
Move order received. Engaging target.
Because all it does is drop the accuracy,
Good to go.
which is not something I particularly care about, considering of the stats the guys have. Oh, let's waste the last bit.
Roger that. Firing on target.
Engaging jump jets.
Oh, with the dropship.
Standing by. Copy that.
The grasshopper, amazing. They have one less medium laser than the Black Knights, and one or
Clock is
two
ticking
less
and that
small
dropship is
lasers.
getting close. I'd recommend that you prioritize targeting the control center, Commander.
Yeah. Keep your socks on.
Okay, that was bad.
Yeah, that's an AC-20.
Receiving you. Roger that. Taking the shot.
Right, so what else we got?
Good to go.
Glitch, you do the honors.
Right, Commander.
Thank you.
Mech destroyed. Affirmative. Getting pretty hot in here, Commander.
Yeah, a tiny bit. Fry an egg or some bacon or whatnot.
Orders. Lifting off.
Ready for orders. Taking a protective stance.
Right, Commander. Yes, Commander.
Shit, that was not close enough. Mid-air. That's one proper landing. And that's the mission. And let's take a look at the loot.
Mission.
Was quite lucky at how the turrets been nicely in supporting it. But yeah, it really makes all the difference of sacrificing one mech at the beginning to overstep the mid phase. Damage-wise, despite the death from above, nobody gets a scratch. Well, okay, here, because of the fire internal damage. Loot-wise, ooh, SM4, 50% crit. That's neat. If I would use SRMs. SM4 is better than SRM6 and 2, considering the weight ratio and the heat. Let's try to get as many max build as I can. Well, technically speaking, I would at this point most likely go for this one in case I get the assault max later on, which I would stack with SRMs. Well, what do you get else? A couple of more mechs that I didn't want. 14 million in value. I mean, there's nothing bad to say about that. You take a tenth of that as 1.4 million in loot if you sell it. I'm just gonna show you the skill tree quickly that I recommend. Otherwise, for the mech builds, it's not much to be said. Oh, right.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander. That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting. That mech you wanted, that mech is ready to fight, Commander.
Right. So for the skills, Behemoth is obviously a cap because sometimes it's nice to use a bulwark in case I don't want to move in the last turn because I use it as bait. But otherwise, you really want to have max evasion. And then you basically crank up to tactics, up to here to 9, to get the full bonus for cold shot, which none of those guys has at the moment, and then you finish off the gunnery to the max. And the sensor lock, barely in use. Like I barely ever have to use it. It's nice to have if, for whatever reason, I want to jump behind an enemy and get a line of sight beforehand, so I can do a death from above. Then that's when I use it. Otherwise, his damage output, considering his accuracy, offsets 2, 3, 4 counters without sweat. Right, so that's pretty much it for that video. The next one's gonna be focusing on a regular mission. Until then.